can't see you. It's very bright up here. I want to tell you all, first of all, that it would be impossible for me to accept this award except on behalf of the people that made it possible. The fact of the matter is that without Earth Island Institute, the Marine Mammal Fund, and Public Media Center of San Francisco, none of this would have been possible. As hard as it was to spend 4 months on this boat and take this film footage, it was much, much harder to come back here to the United States and make that film footage mean something more than just a splash on the nightly news or a headline in the newspaper. It was only after a tenacious, fanatic campaign on the part of these organizations, San Francisco's own and among the sharpest, most politically astute organizations in the environmental community in the United States, that we have any such thing as dolphin-safe tuna. There are a number of people here in the audience who I would like to stand up and be recognized. They are your neighbors. They are the people that made dolphin-safe tuna a reality and have made so much more a reality. They are Gar Smith and Justin Lowe, the editor and assistant editor for Earth Island Institute, Brenda Killian and Todd Steiner, president and former directors of the Dolphin Project at Earth Island Institute, John Knox and David Phillips, the executive directors of Earth Island Institute, Herb Gunther with Public Media Center, his staff and his fellows, the rest of the staff at Earth Island, David and Ann Brower, Stan Manassian of the Marine Mammal Fund, who is, I just owe so much to, as well as the fact that he's a great friend, and John Kohlberg of the ASPCA, who gave us the funding to do a national documentary on television of this film. Please give these people a round of applause. It was almost a year ago today that the H.J. Heinz Corporation announced that they would become the first tuna company in the world to initiate and establish a fully 100% international dolphin-safe policy for all their tuna products. I think most of you realize that what happened after that was that a number of companies have followed suit, and we are continuing this battle or this war to save the dolphins until such time as there is 100% dolphin-safe tuna all over the world, and these kinds of fishing technologies do not continue. We will rely on your continued support in order to do that. It is simply not possible for a handful of people working in the environmental community to stop the environmental destruction and havoc that is taking place on this planet. I would love very much to be able to stand up before you here tonight and tell you that we are winning the war, the battle to save planet Earth, that we are winning in our efforts to ensure that the environment is as beautiful and bountiful in the future as it has been today and in the past. That's not the case. We are losing species at an extraordinary rate. We are going to lose 10,000 species of plants and animals on this earth by the year 2000. And in all likelihood, there's very little that we can do about it. And we're not talking about snail darters and lichen and fungi and species that no one's ever heard of. We're talking about snow leopards and orangutans and river dolphins and pandas and other cetaceans and primates and felines that are going to disappear out of existence unless we stop what we're doing, unless we offer them succor. This has become an incredible tool of the environmental community. If I can take credit for anything, it's perhaps in having been able to pioneer using these video cameras as a catalyst for telling people the truth, showing people what's going on out there in the real world, so that it's not just an abstract intellectual thought, but there's some real visceral experiential knowledge associated with seeing what's really happening out there on the planet. As grateful as I am to the Goldmans for the award that they have given me, I, again, want you to know it's being accepted on behalf of Earth Island Institute and the Marine Mammal Fund. The entire amount is being signed over to Earth Island Institute. It will create a new project that will focus specifically on preventing extinctions to critically endangered species and habitats. We're going to do two things in the immediate months to come. One is to put these cameras in the hands of activists all over the world. One of the first things I'd love to do is send them back with all the winners of this year so that they can reinforce the fine work that they're already doing. And we'll also be appealing to many foundations and corporations across the country, and particularly in the Bay Area, to adopt critically endangered species, to help us make sure that these species are still here in the future when we have our children and our grandchildren beside us, so that they don't have to look up at us and say, "Grandma, Grandpa, Why is it that all the dinosaurs disappeared before there were any people around? But if I'd been born just a few years earlier, I could have seen snow leopards and orangutans and river dolphins someplace besides between the pages of a book. I hope you will help us make that an impossible type of question to be asked in the future. And hopefully, in the years to come, there will be other Goldman Award winners up here representing Earth Island and the Marine Mammal Fund who are being recognized because you helped make their work possible. Thank you all very much.